I'm thinking that perhaps this video is just not supposed to be done. Yesterday I recorded this, or Saturday, yes, today's Sunday, yes. Saturday I recorded my videos to release this morning and went downstairs to start to edit, and the microphone said it was working, but it was not. So here I am doing it again. However, today I think we have a woodpecker just outside the window. And every now and then you'll hear his little drrrr, drrrr, and there's nothing I can do about that. So we're moving forward. So I am just going to do a little get ready with me. I am just applying my primer, and I am trying a new primer because I'm trying to find one that really helps to camouflage the aging pores. I don't think our pores really change. I think they can get clogged, and I think that with age and the skin sagging, they appear to be larger, but I think they really just sag like the rest of the skin. So I am using a new primer. It's the Hourglass Vanish, and so far I am really liking it. Everything that I talk about today will be listed and linked below the video in case I don't mention it. I do have a couple of new things that I may point out as I'm going along, and then others are just the usual suspects, my friends. Okay, so my face primer is done, so I'm going to go ahead and put an eye primer on. It seems like the woodpecker he's a little bothered by our video, so he has left the building. I haven't heard him since I sat down to start. Now, if you guys are going to think I'm crazy, I don't hear any woodpecker out there. Well, he was there. Anyway, today is Sunday. I was supposed to put a video up this morning, as I mentioned. It just did not. It was not meant to be. So here I am doing the same video over again, because Valentine's Day is coming and many people celebrate, and you may be looking for something to wear for your special day. Lou and we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We don't go out to dinner. We don't buy each other gifts. We do buy cards, but that's about it. You know, I express my love on a daily basis. I don't need Valentine's Day to let Louie know how much I love him. But I know a lot of people do celebrate every single holiday. So I thought, okay, we'll do a nice look. So I thought I would just chit-chat while doing this. And if I am going to be using something new like this is a new sponge from Refer. You know that I love their brushes. And everything in the Refer line is very affordable. It may seem like the prices are still a little bit higher, but if you consider what you're getting real hair brushes for less. And these are Japanese-made brushes. I absolutely love them. So this is their new sponge, which I have used once already, and I have to say, I love it. I do dampen it and squeeze out as much water as I possibly can. And I just love the sponge method for applying my foundation. There are a few that I will use a brush, but not many, my friends. I love a sponge. So I'm just going for a light look today because I'm just running over to the mall to make a return. I bought Louie some pants because everything was so gosh darn big on him that I had to go and buy some pants for him, and he picked out the ones I always buy quite a few, and then he picks out the ones that he's comfortable in, and I just take the rest back. So I have to run and do that. We are going out to a very casual dinner with some friends tonight, and I'm just going to add a little bit more to the nose area. I find I wear more foundation in the T-zone area than I do anywhere else. I will say that this primer that I am using, it really plays well with most of the foundations I use, either drugstore or high-end. It works well with all of them. So I'm just finishing up here. I have a little bit of redness down here that I like to cover up. Okay, so there is the foundation. So I'm going to move in with my concealer. So I have been using two concealers mainly. And I will say that I prefer the Dior over the Charlotte Tilbury. Sometimes the Charlotte Tilbury can make me look a little aged underneath my eyes. So I'm going to stick with the Dior because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right, my friends? I'm just going, and I do find that this one applies much better with my fingers. So I'm just going to take the Dior Backstage Concealer and I work it into my fingers. And I'm going to use it on my eyelids and underneath. So I'm going to put most of it right here where I need it. And then I will come on the outer and then I'm just going to sweep over my eyelid with whatever's left over. And that will just act as a base. And then I want to draw this all the way out because I'm hollowing here and I want to lift that out. And then I'm just going to take it and look, I'm turning this into a tutorial. I do not want a tutorial today. I just want to talk to my friends. Okay, so I'm going to do a video on my hair because it is a question that I get asked a lot, that many women make the statement, "You're so brave. I wish I was brave enough to do that." It is a journey, I will say that, and I want you all to know something. Most people in my life, well, everybody in my life has been very, very supportive of me growing my hair out. I don't have anyone. I did have one friend, she said, "Oh, I don't know, gray hair makes everybody look old." And then when she saw me with it, she said, "I gotta take it back." She said, "I normally do not like gray hair," she said, "but I think your gray hair looks great." So, I mean, there's somebody who changed her mind. I think what happens is women think about themselves and they just think they wouldn't look good in it. I didn't think I would look good in it, but to be honest with you, I really think it brightens up my face. But with that being said, I do want to say that not every day is a picnic for me. Not every day is a picnic. There are days that I look at myself and I just think, you look terrible. What are you doing? And I will say that on those days, I really step back and I take a look, and it's on the days that I haven't freshly washed my hair. So there's something about me and my dirty gray hair that makes me look, I think it's because my hair has never been the type of hair that looks better the next day. It always looks its best after a fresh wash. And because I am in Florida and I have not had regular haircuts and the sun is very hard on the blonde parts of my hair, I have been struggling with dry hair. So, and I will say, I have to tell you, if you have not tried the Briogeo Avocado Kiwi Mask, which has no protein in it, nor does Colleen Rothschild's. Those are great. And when I say no protein, why is that important? You need to have both because protein helps to smooth the hair if you have frizzy hair. But if you have dry hair like me, to have protein-free hair mask, it's a no-brainer once you've tried it because there's nothing stopping it from just moisturizing the strands. When I use that mask or the Colleen Rothschild mask, my hair is shiny, it doesn't feel dry and brittle, so it is important to incorporate those into your hair. Even if you don't have really dry hair, it's great to do on just the ends because remember, everything outside of your head is dead. And we know that when something is dead, is just dead. If a flower is dead, it does not look good. So you can keep your strands looking healthy and less dead. So just give that mask a try, just once for me, and you are not going to believe how beautiful it makes your hair look. It's unbelievable, my friends. So anyway, I wanted you to know that I do have those days where I feel very, very unattractive, very, very old, sloppy. I just feel like, what are you doing? There's no life. And it's usually on the days where I don't have fresh, clean hair. The other night when we went out, I got ready and I was so excited because with losing weight, I had purchased these pants. I'm sure many of you have done something like this. I had purchased a pair of slacks, probably 10 years ago. And I love them, maybe even longer than 10 years ago, because I bought them at Lord & Taylor. And I don't really remember when Lord & Taylor changed over their merchandise where they were no longer a good store anymore. I'm sure there are still Lord & Taylors that are beautiful, but in my area, they became like a, well, they didn't carry things that were for women my age anymore. They were really gearing it towards the trendy younger people. So, and that's okay, I understand that's part of business, but we older women, we still exist, okay? But anyway, I had purchased these pants and never got to wear them. And I remember I had first purchased them in a size 6, and they were a little too big on me back then. So I went back, I loved them so much, I said, I'm getting them in the 4 if they have them. And when I went to return the 6, because they were a little too big, they had the 4. So I bought the 4, and then I just put them in the closet and then gradually gained weight. So I'm sure many others have done the same thing. So I could never part with those pants. Well, the other day I said, I'm going to try those pants on. And I also have a pair of jeans that I used to wear in my late 20s. And I have never been able to throw them away, and now they're back in style, but they're in Buffalo, so I can't even try them on now, but I'll bet you they would fit me now. So long story short, I tried them on, and they fit, and so I got ready, and I don't think I had washed my hair the day before, but not that day. And that's very unlike me. If we're going out, it's the whole shebang. I get ready. I don't go out, run around all day, and then just come home and get ready for a dinner or a party. I got to shower and do it all over again. That's just the way I have always been. And so anyway, I got ready, and I did not wash my hair fresh. So my hair came out terrible. It just came out absolutely terrible. And I think sometimes I'll try makeup that I want to talk about, or just something new, and it was a complete fail. Nothing came together. So I went downstairs, and I felt good about my outfit because it was so pretty, and got in the car, and I said to Lou, I look old tonight. I said, it's okay if you say it. I look old. I don't feel pretty tonight. I just feel old looking. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, it's okay. I said, I just think my hair is aging me. I think that my makeup looks terrible because I have more wrinkles on my face. And, it's a struggle. That's why I do this channel, so that as I learn how to deal with my aging face, I can help you. And so he looked at me, he goes, Tammy, I think you look beautiful. He said, I don't know what you're seeing. So maybe we're harder on ourselves than we should be, but it's just how I felt that day with my gray hair. So not every day is a happy day. And I would probably bet that you could probably ask any woman that is going through the transition. Now, I may feel totally different once it's all grown out, but when you're looking at it halfway, and no, I'm not going to cut my hair off to rush it, because I'm not a short-haired person at this point in my life. Maybe one day, but right now I am not. I prefer my hair right to where my bra strap ends in the back. That's the length I have always worn. Well, right now it's getting near the butt. It is on the butt. It grazes the butt. So it's very long right now, but in Florida, my hair longer has been easier for me. But when I go to Buffalo, I'm having all the layers put back in it, and I am cutting it to the length that I like, and then I'll just go another year, because my hair hasn't been cut in almost a year. And that's why masking is very important at taking care of your hair, because if you're going to wear it long, and I do love my hair long, more weight is less frizz for me in Florida. But anyway, I have those days, my friends, where I just don't feel my best, just like everyone else. And having the gray hair, it really, I think if my hair, and I'm not saying that other women that have the color I'm going to talk about right now, I don't think that everyone, I think people look perfectly fine with whatever color hair they want. But I think if my hair had grown in all the color of the middle streak, where it's almost a black and gray, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But because it did grow in white, I do like it better. than I think I would have. Now the back of my hair is much darker, but it's interesting, as I was rolling it today, this section here where I used the really big roller, I held it up, and it's the dark color that is in the front of my head, but the new growth, which is about 1/2 inch, is pure white. So my gray hair in the back is even changing still. So it may be that when my hair grows out completely, and it takes 3 to 4 years, it may turn all white, and then I will be a happy camper. Even with the skunk streak, I'll be happy. But anyway, I just wanted you all to know that, you know, not every day I have is blissful, joyful. I don't feel fabulous all the time. I'm just like the rest of you. I have my good days and my bad days. Some days I'm a little down in the dumps because I'm aging, but I'm not going to give up. And aging is a privilege, and it's a wonderful thing because you do change internally. What you cared about when you were younger, and with age, that all slips away. There is something to be said for wisdom, something to be said with feeling comfortable finally in your own skin, or finally having the confidence in knowing who you are. And you represent that every single time you walk into a room. So, you know, for the most part, I think we probably all have that. But nobody's life is perfect, my friends. Nobody's life is perfect. So always keep that in mind. When you're having a bad day, don't think about the people you see on Instagram that have photoshopped their life, or the people on YouTube that have done the same, because everybody has a bad day, my friends. Everybody, including me. You know, I mean, I have nightmares, absolute nightmares that wake me up screaming and crying. I have terrible dreams. That's coming from someplace, I just don't know where, but it's coming from someplace in my subconscious. So we all have battles that we deal with, okay? So I did want to touch on that with the gray hair, and then say that I am going to be doing a video, an updated video, because it's been a year and 1 month since I have colored my hair. And for the most part, I do love it. And I have tried several products that I am going to talk about, because I think that that's a struggle for a lot of people with gray hair, is what to use. And I think a lot of people misuse blue shampoos. I really do. Or purple shampoos, I should say. I do think that a lot of people misuse them. And I think that many of them are nothing but garbage for the hair. And I have been really, I think I probably have about, I don't know, 10 bottles in the shower. And some are very, very drying to the hair, and others are not. And some really stain the hair because they just have too much pigment in them. So I am going to do a video on that. I'm trying to decide how I do it. You know, it's like, do I want to eat? Do I want to film myself using each shampoo, or at least the results of each shampoo, so that you can see the way it changes my blonde hair? The main reason why I'm using it is because my blondes get very yellow. I don't really use it on the grays, not yet. I mean, every once in a while I do, but for the most part I don't. So I have to just decide how much detail I want to put in that video, because we can work hours and days on a video and then nobody watches it, and then YouTube just pushes us to the back burner, and I'm trying to avoid that. And many of you seem to really enjoy the what I eat in a day. I have to tell you, my friends, and I'm going to continue to do those. I'm going to try to do them more like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and just bring ideas to you. And I also will do updated videos on my weight loss. I'm going to be doing one soon, because I have hit goal. And now my main thing is not to gain the weight back, obviously, but there is a learning curve now, again, to how many calories I should be eating for maintenance and how much of that should be protein, how much carbs, and how much fat. I have to say that eating this way, my fiber has gone through the roof in how much I consume in a day. And my protein, I have gotten it down to a science almost. I never struggle getting in my protein. I do struggle with eating a lot. Like sometimes it's hard for me to eat the calories that I need to be eating. And a lot of people say, well, if I eat this much protein, it makes me go over my calories. That's because you're picking the wrong type of protein. You really have to, stay with your lean cuts, and they will have less fat in them. And you'll be able to stay within your calories, because while I have been doing this, I do not ever go over my calories, and I never go under my protein. So I'm always getting in my protein. I'm using a new palette from Christian Dior. This is the Cool Neutrals, and I first put this one here, the first one, on my lid, and then I went in with this one for my crease. Wait, right there. I went in with this one for my crease, and now I'm going to take a little bit of this one and just do the outer crease. And it will all be listed below what I'm using here, and the brushes are all Refer. So I just went into a deeper, this is more like a grayish purple, and I'm just going to apply that right in the outer crease here, just to really add some depth to the eye. So that's where I'm at with my diet, and I will tell you I have lost, well, today it said 27 pounds. Now I am struggling a little bit with, I have upped my calories and I redid my macros, and I think it's because I'm creating so much muscle in my body now, because if you have more muscle in your body, you'll be able to eat more calories because muscle burns more. So if you the more muscle you have, the more you can eat. So I have to really just get that, balanced out, because I hit my goal weight and went 4 pounds under it, which I do not want to do, because I don't want to be real skinny. I don't want to be unhealthy looking, and right now I don't think I'm unhealthy looking, but I said to Lou, I got to really figure out these macros, because I don't want to lose any more weight. I know most people think, are you crazy? I would lose as much as I possibly could. Well, not really. You can be too thin, and that's not really, I'm not going to say that thin people have a hard time, with age, but, there are things that being too thin are not good for. So, and I already have a lot of bone loss, and I want to keep my muscle growing, because and for muscles, you have to eat the protein, ladies. But I want to keep everything, I want to just make sure I'm doing everything the best and healthiest way for me. So I am, I'm going to keep talking about that as we go along, because I know many of you are doing it and you've already been successful. That is just fabulous. I just love that many of you are having success with it, because it's horrible to really try everything and have no success at any of it. So I think I'm just about done with the upper part of the eye. So I'm just going to put a little bit underneath. And what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. Now, this may be like totally out of left field, but when we came down to Florida, I tried several groomers for the doodles. And I found one good one, and then she hurt her back, so she no longer does big dogs. So I was not able to continue going to her. I've tried the mobile unit, and they are so booked that I'm on a waiting list, and I've been on that waiting list for 3 years now. So I pretty much started doing the girls myself. I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I thought all I have to do is watch and learn what they're doing, because, I have that knowledge for human hair and how to cut it. So I did learn how to do it myself. And I was kind of forced to, because, and I am not alone in this. I have talked to other dog owners here, and they have all run into the same problem. They have razor burned Harley and Lula so bad that I had to treat it with ointment. They have nicked their legs. They pulled the hair out of their ears so aggressively that both of them came home bleeding from the ears. And the last time we went in, I posted on Instagram, they just chopped Lula's tail right off, and I brushed their tails. So there was no reason for it. And I think they just like it because another neighbor took her dog to a different groomer, and she has a small golden doodle, and they did the same thing. They shaved her tail right off and just left a little poof on the end. So she was very, very upset. And they also cut the dog so bad she had to take it to the vet. Story short, I groom the girls, and I have been grooming them for a while now. And I groom everything. The only thing I cannot do on them is cut their toenails because their toenails are black, so I can't see where I think it's called the wick is. I used to do Bindy's, but she had clear nails and I could see it clearly. So, when I take them to the vet, I ask them to trim their nails. But anyway, and sometimes they will and sometimes they won't. And I don't know how to express their anal glands, and I have no interest in learning that. So anyway, I wanted to know if any of you would be interested in a little video of how I, do certain things on the girls' grooming. I'm not an expert, and I do my best on their face, which is, I think, the hardest part on a doodle. But I successfully pluck their ears and have no wincing, no crying. They don't like it done, but they let me do it. And you would not believe the hair that comes out of their ears. If you don't clean their ears and it gets matted in there, they can get ear infections. And Harley's hair grows in the ears really quickly, and she is already prone to yeast infections, ear infections, bacteria gathering. So I always make sure that Harley her ears are really clean. But I don't know, would that be something that you would just like to see for fun, like, my day, or hang with me for the day and what I do? Pretty much done with the eyes, just going to throw some mascara on, but I'm going to move on to my cheeks. And I wanted to say, if this is still available and you have not jumped on this, you need to, my friends. You need to. This is spectacular. It offers you 4 blushes and your highlight, all doable for aging skin. So run, don't walk if this is something you've been thinking about, because eventually it's not going to be around. So I'm going to go ahead in with this pink right here, and I'm going to put it on the brush, and I'm just going to tap it lightly. I want to work it into the fibers, and I am using not a blush brush. This is the 106 BK Beauty brush, and I'm going to place this up high. And I'm going to go right up to the top of my cheekbone, which stops right here. And that will create a lifting. Now, I don't put it in the temple, but I go up pretty darn close right there. And I'm going to exaggerate it so you can really see where I am with my blush. And what's really nice about them is they have a sheen to them without having any sparkle to them. So I am coming right about to here with my cheek. So you see, I'm lifting the cheekbone right up. All right, so getting back to my convo, I have to be really honest, and I kind of hate that phrase because it means, well, maybe you weren't honest with me before. I have turned down a ton of sponsored videos because, and I'm not throwing shade on anybody else, because a lot of people are doing this to feed their families, and I have no problem with that. YouTube has become a job. If you ask Lou, if people say, does Tammy work? He's like, yes, she has a YouTube channel, because he sees and knows how much work and money goes into this channel. So I don't have a problem with what anybody else wants to do, but I don't want the pressure of it. I will take only what I want when I want. So I have just kind of said no to all of them. And I think that's the way it's going to be for a while. I want my channel to be well-rounded. I want it to gradually go where my life goes. And as I age, things will change. And if I intend on continuing my channel, I must change with who I am and what my body has become. My face, my insides. I kind of like variety when I'm watching people. I don't need to know about all the latest blushes, all the latest lipsticks, the mascaras. I don't need to see all the newest things that have hit the market, because at my age, I can't use most of them anyway. So I think that I just really want to settle into a nice lifestyle where I bring you skincare, makeup, some new products, some clothing, you know, just exercise with me for the day. All right, so now a little trick I've been doing. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the other pink, which is a little bit softer, and I'm loading it up on a very loose, soft brush. This happens to be the Wayne Goss #2. And I'm just going to tap it slightly. And now I'm going to tap on the upper part of my brow. I think the sun is shifting. I have the blinds open. I think I need to get up and shut them. I will do that in 1 second, but I wanted you to see this. So I am just applying a little bit of that blush on the upper part of my eye, and you see how that just kind of marries everything in, but it lifts it as well. Let me get up and adjust the blind. I have it open a little bit because it was dark when I started recording, and now it's bright out. So hang on 1 second. I think that is better. So again, I'm just taking in, I'm going into that other, it's a little bit lighter, not as intense as this color, picking up enough on a very loose brush, touching slightly, and I'm just tapping on my brow bone and then just around slightly. And it's just going to really, it just marries everything together and it looks really pretty. And then I go over with my powder brush, just make sure I have no harsh lines with that blush. And then the more you sweep this blush, the more the sheen comes out. It is just beautiful, my friends. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now I am going to stop and share with you this product here. I bought this because of Ashley. You know, my niece is in her 30s, she's 39, and she's a little more up on things than I am. So she told me about this brow freeze from Anastasia. And she told me what it does, and I said, oh, I'm going to get it. Because I have very burly, mannish-like brows. I have to trim them all the time, because if not, they would be poking you in the eye right now. They are wild, wild women right here. And Ashley has the same type of brows as I have. And now, since I've been using that brow serum that's really making them thicken up, they are also getting darker, so and they're whiter, so the whites stick out straight, and the dark ones, they are curly, especially on the ends, they get really crazy. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a try. Now, the first time I used it, I went a little cray-cray. I used too much. So you have a spoolie. Now, you can buy the spoolie separately. I did not, and I'm just going to make sure there's nothing on my spoolie. And I just buy a pack of these. They're really cheap. And you want, this is really, it's tacky, okay? It's very tacky. So you don't dig into it. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to tap the tip in. And you just pick up a little bit at a time. That's it. I kind of picked up, it looked like I was trying to glue something together. And then you go in and you just apply it lightly to all of your brows first. Now, if you're somebody who really wants your brows to stand up, this is going to do it. And it's not going to move once you do it. So I am going to just angle them up slightly because I think that helps give an uplift. And then I just kind of go right on the top and just lay some of them down without really disturbing everything. So I don't know if you can really see. It's a little more groomed than this one. I'm not going to apply more. I'm just going to add what I already have, and see how it makes it lay flat? I'll really exaggerate it. It makes it lay really flat, and you can angle the hair any way you want. So if I wanted to wear my eyebrows like this, really bushy and up, I could. So I'm just going to, I like mine a little bit less. I do like them up slightly, because it kind of Gives them that microbladed look. And then I'm going to just touch the tops to make sure I'm laying them down because I don't want them all out of control. This is a little bit too much right here. And then you want to make sure that they're both kind of doing the same thing. So there are my brows, okay? So now this will stay all day long. But because I have so many white brows that I don't like, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia tinted brow gel. And I don't know if you're supposed to do one first over the other, but to me, this is how it's been working and this is how I'm doing it. It makes no sense for me to put this on and then go over with that because I think that that would brush the color out. So then I'm very careful here and I just lightly touch on my brows and it's not going to move them anywhere. I'm trying to hit all of the white ones. So I do need a magnifier, and this came from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's the 5-time mirror. It's not expensive. I think it's 15 bucks. So I'm just making sure to get all of the white brows, and I have plenty, believe me. So sometimes I could be here for an hour. No. And I just make sure that I get some of this on all of the whites, and I need a little bit more, and I just take it on the tip so that I have complete control. And look how beautiful. I mean, really, the brow is it's so much easier for me to control, and I do not need to worry about them at all. It will not budge. So again, I'm just taking it and I'm going over all of the whites. And notice, while I'm doing this, the hair is not moving at all. This stuff is magical. And I just want to make sure there's a white one that lays close to my skin here. And I'm just going to really make sure they're even. And there you have it. My brows are done. And they are not going to budge. I will no longer be looking like Sasquatch eyes, okay? All right, so I'm going to do my lips real quick, and I like to go over it with powder. Kind of sets it. Now, a little tip, if you have a strong color to your lips, do your, camouflage them out with your concealer or something, and then just a little bit of powder, but not a thick layer, just a thin layer. So this is the Pat McGrath. And I'm going to just line my lips. I put on a thin line and then I take the side of it and just do like a hue inside that line, and then I touch my lips together. And it just kind of fades them out. Now this, I am telling you, I love these. You know I absolutely adore my Fit Glow Beauty serums. This is more of a balm, and it is beautiful. So I have been wearing the Fit Glow Beauty and these. I bought 3 of these and love them. I talked about them in a video already. This one here is a beautiful pink, and it's to go with my pink in my outfit. Look at that. That's incredible. Look at that lip. Is it not gorgeous? It is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. Now it is a balm, so it's not going to last as long as a lipstick, but it's beautiful. It really is. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my mascara, and I'm trying a new one. I actually bought this when I was with Ashley, I think a while ago. I always say to Ashley, what mascara are you wearing? Or what is your favorite mascara? And she always, always says the Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star Mascara. So I bought it and I never tried it. So we are going to try it. I like the brush. I like the size of the tube. And so far I have been extremely impressed with Pat McGrath's products. So I will be right back, and this is what the package looks like on it. So I'll be right back after I apply my mascara and let my hair down. All right, my friends, so I'm back with the finished look, and I wanted to first say that this mascara is fabulous. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get any flaking with it, but right now this is 2 coats, and it went on very easy. The brush is perfect. I like the size of the wand. It really is a very, very nice mascara. And I wanted to jump back to the Briogeo Avocado Kiwi Mask. I used it on my hair today, and look the shine in my hair. Now, my hair has not been cut in over a year, and when I say a cut, I mean a professional full cut. Yes, I tweak it here and there. I trim my layers up a little bit because I wear long layers, but it really has great shine, and that is because I use a few different masks with no protein in them that really help to hydrate and moisturize the hair. So I also wanted to share with you, this is a new top. Let me get the hair out of the way. This is a new top. I have to set my microphone down just a moment. This is a new top. It just goes, it's a sweater-like top, and it has this pattern on the front and the back, and then the sleeves are almost like a silky material. They aren't silk, but they almost are. They're gathered slightly at the wrist, and I just think it is beautiful for Valentine's Day. And also, Dean Davison has a new stone, which is rose quartz, and I am wearing it in the ring, the plaza ring, the bracelet, the signature necklace, and also the signature midi earrings. Absolutely beautiful. And right now, while supplies last, with your purchase, you would get a free eyeshadow palette from BK Beauty. Now, this is my second one, and I do use it a lot. So that is part of the Valentine's Day special with Dean Davidson. And I did bring his other pink stone. I have to put the name right here, what it is, to compare, to let you see the difference in the two stones. So here is the rose quartz, and this is his other pink stone. So let me hold them up for you so you can see these stones. Let me get my eyes out of the way. All right, so these are the two stones. One is clear pink, and the other is the rose quartz, which has a cloudier look to it. They are beautiful. I should say a milkier look to it. Just beautiful. But that is the new Dean Davidson collection. All right, my friends, so that is it for today's Get Ready With Me Chit Chat video. And if you would like to chit chat with me down in the comments section, I love hearing from you all. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Right next to it is the bell that notifies you of all the videos that I'm putting up. As long as I have a microphone that works, the videos will be up on time. I am considering going back to 2 videos a week. What do you think? And I think that is it, my friends. So until the next time, go out in the world, be lovable, and remember, ladies, it is okay to love our age. I love you all. BISOUS.